And I'm gonna make money. I'm sure there's money in such a bank. All right, so this afternoon we're talking about where the system saw failure, we saw flight. Um, so I'm going to ask you a few questions and then just talking. So, while preparing for this, I had myself thinking, what if brilliance doesn't get a school badge? What if geniuses still have polished shoes and polished grammars? What if an artwork from a child in one marginalized community in Kwara State gets displayed someday among the top art galleries? You know, and there's a story that comes to mind whenever I get to think about the whole thing I want to talk about. And that's the story of a boy called Ose. Ose was my pupil in 2014. But I was not yet old and I was doing the free. But you see, compared to his age, mates who were GSS3 at that age, or basic 9, he struggled with academics. Generally, the system called him a failure. I myself, as a teacher, called him failure. And I remember how many times his grandmother, who he stayed with, you know, always feel embarrassed. Sit this side. If you great to come back with. But someday, I actually saw him on the field running. And then all I could see was speed. I could see focus. I could see power. And from that, in the school I was teaching there, he helped out in they winning their first ever inter-school competition on track. Right. I think one of the days I went to visit him as well in his grandmother's store. And I saw how he was literally bargaining, like learn what the business knew. So there's a company wanted to buy things. However, the company wanted a lower price. But he was doing things at the same time. He was trying to ensure the company was also go. And he was also trying to ensure that it does not lose the progress. And then I realized that this thing he was doing, the diagnosis using teaching could not. The HCM and LCM are trying to force into his head cannot give him that knowledge. So at the end of the day, I realized that he's a genius. It's just that his system has not been like recognized people like that. And then with that experience and other experience I've had over time, I got to realize that no child is done. No child is done. The issue is that we have not yet harnessed the potentials and intelligence in these children. No child is done. Maybe the system is done. You know, according to a research, I found out that about 10.5 million Nigerians are out of school, right? And in Africa, 9 million children drop out of school every year. And one of the things I actually found with my research was that it's not because they're incapable. It's just that the school system, the education system, haven't been designed for them yet. And that's where the problem comes in, right? So, you see that most times we often measure intelligence by being able to answer what is already needed to. Very times that's when we get started. You take intelligence when that can give you what you have needed to. But we need something better. We need young people who can create things, who can think, who can ideate beyond the borders of what has been needed to. And that's where this whole idea comes in. You know, so educators are kind of doing professionals here. You know, I had a question in my heart, and that is, it seems as though we are training children in a world no longer living. We are using tools that we've not questioned for 50 years. And what do I mean? Someone talking about learning fortran. Do you know how I had a course degree in marketing, and I can tell you one of the things I learned where I don't think I could have used this. Right? They're teaching me Kondla of 1960, 1950. Right? Whereas in this time, a lot of things have disrupted the business world. That should not work. So we're saying that most times you just design things that are sold as, I mean, they are already obsolete. So with this now, with this now high time we begin to think and ask ourselves certain questions. And that is, we need to stop asking, is this child even learning? I don't think that's actually the right question we need to ask, even as educators, even as L&D professionals. One of the questions we need to ask is, are we teaching them in ways that ignite them? Are they united in the way we teach them? This question was one of the things that put them in the fire a PCDF, that's Future Development Foundation, where we created a kind of triangle a new space, right? That's a space that recognizes talent in young people. We don't just design curriculum. We design curriculum that fits them. Right. So this thing we call it talent education, and it's a structured, intentional, nurturing of raw kids and children from underserved communities. Right. According to, I think globally, experts say that 65%, somebody you mentioned, 65% of school children right now are not going are not going to partake in the jobs we're currently having right now. So meaning 65% of children, school children right now, are going to have jobs that we don't know about as of now. Because the world keeps evolving, right? So imagine having to box a child in what we know, as I think someone was talking about the 5 major cause that students want. I remember having to wait 6 years to be an issue because I wanted to the accountant. I wanted to be an accountant. At the end of the day, I do it for marketing. So it's the 6 years, right? Because just like to speak to myself into a particular box. So, and when we get to look at it, with the fact that this statistic is saying 5%, it's important for us to now see that we don't need more passive learners. We actually need problem solvers. We need creators and we need leaders. We need problem solvers, creators, and leaders. And do you know where you can find most of these people? Most of you get to find them in one forgotten community. You get to find these sharp minds playing football on rocky fields. You get to find them dancing on morning gloves. In communities that literally nobody even knows about. And that's one of the things that shaped our ideology. We get to find these people in places where they are waiting to be seen. I remember in the project we had in Kenya, how that we found a boy. He was not able to spoken English. He could not speak so well. But this guy used perhaps to build a radio. I don't know how he wired it. He brought this kids called rector battery, and we connected the frequency of some of the radio stations. He did that within 2 hours of just destroying the process. And this is something that was really mind blowing. I can talk about a girl who we met as well, who was who is one of the the shy girls in the class because she doesn't feel that she knows as much as others. But we gave her the opportunity to live in Lagos. And this Lagos was so amazing that it brought joy to some of the community members. Remember, it was like an open Lagos in that community. Of a 16 years old boy, I think can pull now trains other young boys, right? Through football, teach them leadership, teach them teamwork, through football, through soccer. These are people we are talking about. So it seems that the system has been designed for them. We need to go out and think out of the box. So we are saying out that for us as a foundation this year, since the launch of our mentorship program and our talent education program, we've won over 3,000 students, right? And we are projecting that at the end of 2025, we'll have at least 70% of beneficiaries increase in skill in leadership and in mentorship, right? So what I'm saying right now is these are not just statistics. These are the futures reclaimed. Right, our future needs to be reclaimed. So now I'm giving a charge to educators. It is time to stretch the curriculum around the child. I don't force the child into the curriculum. To educators, it's time to stretch the curriculum around the child, around children, and not just fix them or squeeze them into the curriculum. So like the professionals, what if your next innovation does not start with the screen, but starts with a street corner? You get to get more ideas and more insights. So you in the room, your worth is not defined by grades alone, right? If the classroom doesn't see your wings, I think it's okay to create your own runway so you can fly at like an airplane. So to don't know, we don't need millions. We just need believers, people who can believe in us, who are tired of just trying to patch broken systems, who are trying to do something much better than what they have. So at CCDF, we get to teach arts with broken canvas. We get to teach leadership on fields, on wherever we can find these young people that we know that their heart is here ready. Because at the end of the day, we realize that talent is everywhere, but access is not. So what would we do to those people, to those we call them marginalized community that don't have access to kids? So next time when you get to see a child who is who has zoned out, who has dropped out, or who has failed out. I think it's the high time you need to think. It might not be about capacity, it might be about the system. So I'm charging us, educators, innovators, that you fly with us so we can have a better system for young people. Thank you.